Welcome back to the channel. If you've never been to my channel before, I'm Ron, and thank you for stopping by. It's always appreciated, and I enjoy seeing you. In this video, I'll be testing the PolarPro Cinema Series ND filters for your Skydio 2. These filters are specifically engineered for the Skydio 2 and easily attach with a magnetic connection. Now, no more screwing or unscrewing of ND filters like we've done in the past for other quads. These just snap right into place, which is a great idea. The magnetic connections allow you to quickly change ND filters as your lighting conditions change, and the magnets used for these connections are actually strong enough to ensure that you're not going to be losing these filters while you're actually flying in the air. The PolarPro Cinema Series includes the ND8, the ND16, and the ND32 filter, which will cover most of your shooting needs. The ND8 filter would be used in partially cloudy conditions and has a 3-stop value. The ND16 filter would be used in midday or mild sun and has a 4-stop filter. And the ND32 filter should be used in very bright sun conditions and has a 5-stop value. Now, each ND filter has a neutral color profile and comes in a nice magnetic case, which is a nice touch, as your filters won't be dropping out of the case if you tilt it sideways or accidentally flip the case upside down while it's open. These filters are made with a Cinema Series glass, which features a low refractive index, color neutrality, and excellent clarity. Also, you get some PolarPro logo stickers, a lens cloth, and a few insert cards as well. Oh, and the PolarPro does carry a lifetime warranty on these filters as well. It's a nice touch. If you're not familiar with PolarPro, they're one of the best in the market, and they make some really nice ND filters. You'll immediately feel their quality as soon as you open the box, especially if you've bought cheaper, less expensive filters for your quad in the past. And these are just well-engineered ND filters for your Skydio 2. And I have to mention, this is not a sponsored video, but I can certainly recommend these filters for anyone that's actually looking. I'm going to leave some links below if you want to check these filters out for yourself. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe you can only buy these filters directly from Skydio or directly from PolarPro as of this video upload. I don't believe anyone else is currently selling these ND filters. Again, it's the Cinema Series for your Skydio 2. I shot some video yesterday using these filters, but before I roll that video, you may be asking yourself, why do I actually need ND filters? And there's a ton of videos already covering this topic, but the short version is this. ND filters reduce the amount of light entering the camera. This allows you to use a slower shutter speed to create a more pleasing image, which will be the proper amount of motion blur for video or photography, or to create a shallow depth of field. That's really it. It's also worth noting you're going to notice motion blur more when you're flying lower and closer to your subject. Motion blur becomes less of an issue when you're flying your quad higher and further away from your actual subject. There's a term you'll hear in photography called the 180-degree shutter speed rule. The rule basically states this: your shutter speed should be set to double your frame rate. So if you're shooting 24 frames per second, then your shutter speed should be as close to 1/48th of a second, or as close as you can get to that, which is usually 1/50th of a second. That's what I was shooting with yesterday. And if you're shooting at 60 frames per second, then your shutter speed should be 1/120th of a second, and so on. You always double it. The best way to understand ND filters is to really just play around with them, and you'll quickly get the feel of which ND filters to use for any specific shot. The higher the number on the ND filter, the less light the filter will let into the camera lens. Okay, let me roll some of that footage I took yesterday. Again, it was with the ND16 filter on the Skydio 2. And if you made it this far, I appreciate you hanging in there. I really do. The wife, Melissa, and I, we have some awesome travel plans scheduled for April. So I hope you'll stay tuned to check those out. And that's really it. If you got any value out of this video, please don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, ring that bell for future video notifications. So until next time, take care, happy flying, and remember, we got this.